I have a to-do list that on a normal day has somewhere between 20 and 35 things on it. And I don't think that's unusual. I think that if you run a small business, your list is probably looking very similar to mine. You've got client stuff, you've got admin, you've got financial stuff, you've got the marketing thing that you keep meaning to get to. It's 100 small decisions every single day that feel like they matter. And for 1 month, I tried something that honestly felt a little ridiculous when I started. I picked one priority a day. Just one. I tell you, everything else on the list still existed. It didn't disappear. I wish it could. But only one thing actually counted as a thing I had to get done. And what happened over that month wasn't what I was expecting. It's honestly changed how I think about what a productive day even is. Here's what I used to believe, or more like how I felt. I believed that a good day was a day where I touched a lot of things, where I made progress on a bunch of fronts at once: client work, a little marketing, a little admin, maybe some planning if there was time left over. And if I got through more of the list, that meant I had a better day. I would often check in with my wife at the end of the day, say, I feel so good. I got so many things done today. But the reality is that belief makes sense on the surface. More done should mean more progress, right? But here's what I wasn't seeing, and it took actually trying this to see it for myself. Most days I would touch 8 or 10 things and finish none of them. I'd move everything forward an inch and nothing forward a mile. And at the end of the day, I'd feel busy, like genuinely busy, but I couldn't always tell you what actually changed in my business because of that day. That's the part that started to bother me and still bothers me. So I tried something different every morning before I let myself open an email, before I looked at Slack, before any of it. I asked myself one question: if I only got one thing done today, what would actually move this business forward? It's not what's loudest or it's not what's most urgent, even, but it's what actually matters. And that was it. That was the priority. I'd write it at the top of a blank page, and the rule I gave myself was simple: that thing gets done before anything else gets my full attention. Everything else on that list could still happen. The small fires could still get put out, but they were happening around the one priority, not instead of that one priority. And I want to be honest with you, the first few days felt wrong. It felt like I was like neglecting, almost like I was ignoring things I shouldn't be ignoring. There's a real discomfort in looking at 15 things and saying only one of you gets to matter today, right? Because some part of you believes the version of you that's busiest is the version of you that's working hardest and working at your best. But here's what I noticed by about day 6 or 7: the priority that I picked each morning, the actual important thing, was getting done every day. Not eventually, not when I got around to it, but that very day, things were getting done. And things that I used to let drag out for a week, or a proposal I'd been sitting on, a system I kept meaning to set up for Creative Cabana, a piece of content I'd had outlined for almost a month, those started actually finishing because for the first time, they weren't competing with 20 other things for my attention. They were the only thing. And the strange part, the part I didn't expect, is that the small stuff still mostly got handled too. Emails were still getting answered. Things didn't fall apart the way I thought they would if I wasn't constantly putting out every fire the moment it showed up. Most of what I was scared of dropping wasn't actually that urgent. It just felt urgent because it was sitting in front of me, right? Or is at the forefront of my mind. But by the end of the month, I went back and looked at what actually got finished, and it wasn't more than a normal month. If anything, it was less in terms of raw numbers of things touched. But the things that got finished were the things that mattered. The stuff that actually changes a business, not the stuff that just makes a day feel full. So here's the thing: I think most of us, myself very much included, confuse motion with progress. We feel like we're moving the business forward because we're tired at the end of the day, because the list got shorter, because we were doing something every minute. But shrinking a list and growing a business are not the same thing. They just feel like they should be. And the one priority a day thing, it's not really about doing less. It's about being honest. Every single morning, you have to sit down and think about what actually matters today. And then you got to protect it. Most days, we never even ask the question. We're too busy. We just start reacting to whatever shows up first. And we call that a plan. But if you want to try this, you don't need a whole system overhaul to start. Tomorrow morning, before you open anything, before email, before Slack, ask yourself that one question. If only one thing got done today, what would actually move this forward? Write it down. Seriously, just that one thing, and then give it the first real block of your day before anything else gets your attention. Everything else can still happen around it. You're not going to ignore your business here. Don't worry. You're just finally telling yourself the truth about what matters today instead of letting your inbox decide for you. So try it for a week. It's not going to be easy, it's not going to be an immediate thing, but just pick one priority a morning. I think you'll be surprised at what actually gets finished and maybe more surprised by what you realize didn't need to be as urgent as it felt. I'd love to know what you'd pick if you tried this tomorrow. Drop it in the comments. The one thing you'd actually protect if you only got to choose one. I read every single one of them. So please drop them below. And if you're building out systems like this for your business, that's a lot of what we talk about over here. So if you need the brand or site to match where your business is, head over to Creative Cabana. Check it out. Thanks for being here. And remember, enjoy the journey, my friend. I'll see you in the next one.